Lucian Greaves, founder of the Satanic Temple, seriously fucked up when he forwarded me Thomas Schoenberger's email. It was full of bogus shit saying that I'm involved with Terry Joyce and fuck, my fucking disabled ass is financing her. You know, I guess I'm now another George Soros. You know, I'd like to know where those bank accounts are. Fuck, I'd love to get into those. But so it was all this bullshit. But the important part about the whole situation is Thomas talked about how he's driving around in the desert. He's still driving around in the desert, which tells me those homeless camps are still rife with the child trafficking and human trafficking, really, but child trafficking. And if investigators have a question about that, go ask Corey Daniel, Phoenix Enigma. He'll tell you that he's been to 10 homeless camps and there's absolutely no evidence that there's any trafficking in all those 10 homeless camps. I would go ask him what he knows. You know, my experience is that was what Isaac Cappy was trying to get investigated, that homeless.
Okay, let me go back again. Okay, because what's interesting about this is that David Shurter is telling people that apparently Thomas Schoenberger is telling David Shurter that David Shurter is financing me. Okay. And then Thomas on his YouTube community page is denying that he gives me money. Apparently, like later on, I think in this stream of David. Sorry, guys, I woke up. I've been doing some editing for a magazine that I'm a part of, and yeah. Anyway, so if I seem kind of like because whatever. Look, nobody pays me anything. Nobody scripts me to do anything on my YouTube channel. Everything that I do is my own work, my own words, my own artwork, my own music, my own production. Nobody influences me or does. I say what I want. That's the purpose of having my channel. Nobody controls me. Nobody pays me. I'm in the YouTube partnership program, unlike many of you guys. All right? So that's where if I'm going to get any money from what I do on my YouTube channel, it's because of that. Not Thomas Schoenberger, not David Shurter, not anybody. How clear do I have to make that to you guys? I am so over this crap with you.
On early. I'm only 15 minutes early. Maybe 10. So this video, I'm going to focus primarily for TIs. I had someone in the comment section.
So, how many times has David Shurter done a video for TIs? Like he's some sort of like expert on what a TI goes through. Like as if someone like me is not targeted online and I can't prove it. Like he is a perpetrator. He is the bully. He is the liar. He does not represent a TI community.
Ask if I had any advice for people who are being targeted individuals, and if I can offer any advice. And I am certainly no expert. I can only tell you my own personal experiences with it and how I deal with it. And I think it's on an individual basis as to how each one of us deals with it.
You're not a victim, David. You have several restraining orders against you. You're a perpetrator. Look in the mirror and realize that you're a perpetrator.
But first, I want to talk about the child traffickers. And
all of child traffickers that aren't the child traffickers. I am not a child trafficker, David. That is something that Thomas Schoenberger likes you to say about me. And he emails you incessantly about it.
The shit that has been going on the last few days. Lucian Greaves, founder of the Satanic Temple, seriously fucked up when he forwarded me Thomas Schoenberger's email. It was full of bogus shit, saying that I'm involved with Terry Joyce and fuck, my fucking disabled ass is financing her. You know, I guess I'm now another George Soros. You know, I'd like to know where those bank accounts are. Fuck, I'd love to get into those.
Okay, so probably Thomas as Johnny Dub or whatever, or, you know, David wants to believe as Lucian Greaves. Lucian Greaves has not, I'm sure Lucian Greaves doesn't even know me, doesn't even care about me. I would guarantee it. I would guarantee it. This is absolutely ludicrous. And you know what? It's not the first time that Thomas Schoenberger has sit back and, you know, run around. He was like talking about my GoFundMe that I had, you know, saying that he hacked my GoFundMe. He's accused me of people, you know, paying me. Nobody pays me for my YouTube channel. Oh my God, I am just so sick of this. I'm sick of it. Let me show you some more here. Let's go through more transcripts, because he goes on, and I just want to look at the transcript, right? It's going on about homeless camps, Venus Enigma. Now he's going to throw Max Spears in there. Oh no, that's some place he's talking about, the Max, not Max Spears, but let me see. I believe Doug Mesner, Gabe Hoffman. Here we go. Gabe Hoffman,
who sent my sheriff, Neil Gross, an email saying that I was sexually explicit about his kids.
Yeah, you were, David. You were sexually explicit about his kids, and it was gross. All right, so then we go on. Let me see. 85% trafficking. Here we go. Thomas Schoenberger. Here we go. He's going to talk about Thomas Schoenberger here. Let's go here a little bit.
And Thomas Schoenberger and Lucian
How do I?
Greaves and all of those people were saying, oh, just wait, Gabe Hoffman's coming. Dude, you're like a bullshit artist extraordinaire. You know? It's bullshit. And I don't like you. And I'm not nice to you because I don't like pedophiles.
Okay, hold on. I gotta get my thing here and scroll it. Sorry about the screen's weird, but I'm looking at the word.
I think you're a fucking pedophile involved with the child trafficking thing. In fact, you're one of the fucking heads of it. I don't like you. I will never like you. I will never be nice to you. You know, never. I will never be nice to you. And you can run with all the fucking bullshit you want to run with, because you're just throwing everything at the fucking wall. With Doug Mesner fucking changing all those.
Some idiot just came into my chat too and did the whole wig shit. The whole wig thing's played out, guys. Nobody cares. All right, you look stupid. And the only person who likes to wear wigs is Thomas Schoenberger. I'm over it. I'm really over it.
Those accounts threatening me and saying, oh, you better go offline. You better take all your shit offline. That ain't going to happen. And you ain't going to make me cry either, fuckhead. I'm long.
Foul language. I can't even monetize this video because, I'm playing him. It's so gross. Foul language, foul human being. Okay, so I'm going through here. Sheriff's office, trafficking operation. Let me see. Where did he say? I don't find it, but apparently there was a message that happened. Let's just move to his comments, right? Let's go to the comments. So there was this person. Oh, they removed it. They removed their comment. Oh, wait, let's see. Let's see. Newest first. Here it is. And so this is totally, can you see that? Can you see that right there? Hi, Deborah. It's not a wig, it's my hair. All right. They're just jealous because I have like really, my hair looked like crap yesterday, by the way. I should have, like, my hair looked like crap yesterday. It was, I was having a bad hair day. I almost wore a hat. I hate the way my hair looked yesterday on my video. And it's not a wig. All right. It's my hair. It's my hair. It is my hair. If it was a wig, I'd tell you if it was a wig. If I had cancer and I was wearing a wig because of it, I'd tell you I was wearing a wig. If I decided one day I wanted to wear a wig, I would tell you that it wasn't my hair. But what's disturbing is that I got people like Patrick J. Moran on Nasty Troll Media making videos about me having a wig, and he's got blood dripping off of it. And it's creepy. That's where it goes weird. Or when, like, for example, QAnon Sec, which is run by, Titus Frost and Chris McGimsey Jones, when they make pictures of me being beheaded by Pepe the Frog wearing a wig and me wearing a wig as Pepe the Frog being beheaded, then that's kind of violent. That's creepy. And that's mentioned in the MSU article that was written about Thomas Schoenberger and the Laura Dilley case. So that's actually in print. That's actually in a news article of happening. That's when it gets creepy. I could give a flying fuck if people think I'm wearing a wig or not. All right? I don't really give a shit. If you want to talk about my hair all day long, you go fucking right ahead. But when you do violent pictures about me and a wig, that's when I have a problem with it. And that's what's been going on here. It's not a wig. And Echo, if it was a wig, I'd tell you where you can buy it. Okay, but here's what's interesting here. This guy, which I believe, I'm going to show you how much of a sock account it is, makes this elaborate post on David on this video, and it says, "I think you're way off base as Thomas. Someone said you claim you were raised to be the enemy of Christ, a literal antichrist. Thomas is a great man. I asked him about you and he has yet to respond, but maybe you are jealous of him. He has everything you lack: talent, humility. He could be tough and once chewed me out, but it was honest because I said something dumb I later regretted. I think you're, what does this guy think he's Saint Germain or something? Like, have you bought into the Saint Germain shit? I'm just curious, And once chewed me out, but it was honest because I said something dumb I later regretted. I think you were dealing with PTSD and maybe following the nature of your own father. I don't think you raped your dogs. I think you're paranoid and need a therapist or something. I know you're way off base with Thomas. I also know Johnny Depp is Brian Word from Oklahoma." So why are you LARPing for pennies instead of being honest and getting work or doing something useful instead of using people of shit? TBC. I also do not agree with you funding Terry Joyce. if Thomas said that, I think he's wrong about that point. But I know he's a good person and humble, but brilliant musician and writer. So you're jealous of him. There's a fact. Are you working as controlled opposition for Tara Joyce? It's T-E-R-E, motherfucker, not T-E-R-A. Okay? Just let you know. Since there's already fucks in this is not going to be a financed. This is not going to be, I'm not going to monetize this video. So I'm just going to go saying fuck myself. All right. Since it's already up in the open at the very beginning. Because, because David Shurter, I played him right at the beginning of the stream saying fuck. So I'm fucked, basically. No monetization for this one. None. That's a fact. Are you working as controlled opposition for Tara Joyce? So now I'm associated with this creep. Huh? Is that it? You know what this is? This is the kind of chaos that these guys play. This is the kind of games that Thomas Schoenberger wastes his time on. This is a sock. Let's go look at it. Anton, sock, typical Thomas Schoenberger sock account. That's why it glorifies him. It's probably written
bullshit you want to
by
run with.
Thomas. All right, now let's go to Thomas's, page. Yeah. I've even done a video of me dyeing my hair. All right. You know what? Matter of fact, let me just play it. Let me show you what my hair is for everybody. I did a video. It's actually one of my most viewed. It's an evergreen video, so it gets viewed over and over and over again because I'm putting manic panic in my hair. Let me find it. Just put it all to rest here. I actually show myself dyeing my hair. Matter of fact, let me play a song for you while I'm pulling it up. Let's just put this whole hair wig thing to rest.
When I die and they lay me to rest, I'm gonna go to the place that's the sweetest bed. When I lay me down to die, I'm going up to the Twinkie in the, going on up to the Twinkie in the sky. That's where I'm gonna go when I die. I die. I'm gonna bite the snack that I love best. Prepare yourself, you know it's a must. Gotta have a Twinkie if you wanna trust. Just saying, Lordy, I'm so spread. Gonna meet the Twinkie in the sky. Never been a sinner. I've got a sweet tooth. I got an orange sponge cake, a creamy truth. So when I die, don't ask me why. I'm going G up to the Twinkie in the sky. Going on up to the Twinkie in the sky. That's where I'm gonna go when I die. When I die and they lay me to rest, I'm gonna snack on the Twinkie I love best.
When I die and they lay me to rest, I'm gonna go to the place that's the sweetest best.
Actually, that song is dedicated to David Shurter, because he likes Twinkies. He likes twinks. He follows twinks on OnlyFans, which is basically a kind of a fetish. It's kind of like it's the equivalent of the schoolgirl, naughty schoolgirl stereotype. It's of a man of age who looks like he's underaged. So that's David's preference. I'm saying it. I don't care anymore. So David, who molested his nephews, by the way, admittedly molested his nephews, but wants to point a finger that everybody else is a child trafficker. So there's this whole thing, this is just chaos because Thomas unfortunately called my new job. Thomas himself contacted my new job, shaming my character, trying to get me fired, but it backfired. An investigation is open because of it, because of the article at MSU, because of what he said in the article at MSU about how other people were doing it, but not him, because Denise Mattow called my other job, to try to get me fired. Doxed me. Thomas Schoenberger doxed me with nasty troll media, Patrick J. Moran, who started stalking me after he saw me on Lift the Veil that Nathan Stillman denies I was on, but I proved it yesterday. Now you want to go back to some wig shit. So yeah, I'm going to show, oh yeah, I said I was going to show how my hair's real by my video. So let me show you me dyeing my hair in a video. It's got 5.6K views. Let's do it. Here it is. I like to add different colors to my hair and have fun with it. This is Dreamsicle, so we're going to see how it comes out. It's a peachy color. I have this rumor that my hair isn't real, that I wear a wig. Let's see. Yeah. And brush it into my hair so I can get it into all the different areas. But as you can tell, just for the people on YouTube, that actually my hair. And treat yourself, have some fun. I like to okay. So, can we move on now? Can we move on? I mean, I think it would be really great if we just moved on with this stupid shit from Thomas Schoenberger. What? Who's paying Thomas Schoenberger to sit there on his computer and talk shit about people and cyberstalk them? Who pays Thomas Schoenberger for that? I don't know. Michael A. Levin? Is that who's behind it? Cicada people? Who is this General Flynn? Who's part of this operation? Who's part of this operation? Thomas? I am just done. Done. Okay, and here's what, let's look at Thomas. Let's look at Thomas's page. His @Sophia Music. Let's look at him. See what stupid things he had to say today. So I posted, and I'll show you what I posted. This is his response to it, because I'm calling them anti-Semites. Let's get into that. Let's get into that today, since he wants to open his big mouth this morning. So if we're talking about Holocaust, let's talk about the one in Gaza. Yeah, you're right. You're right. There is genocide happening. If Teresa Joyce Randolph is such an inept reporter, then she's got business and media. She's paid to push I'm paid to push disinformation. Then that's going to be found out when she's deposed. Really? You're deposing me again? is that Captain Titus Frost is my friend and I stand with them, and same with Hoax. I don't have any. Did you just post this? You're watching me right now, aren't you, Thomas? 29 minutes ago. I've been streaming for... How long have I been streaming? How long have I been streaming? Oh, 25 minutes. I detest Netanyahu. Blah, 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 blah. Funding gets frozen, yanked. Endowment, who knows? It's not my game. All right, so you want to know what I've done for Palestine? What I've reported about Palestine? Well, let me show you. Let me show you guys. If you want to blame me for anti-Semitism or that I'm like whatever, let me show you. Let me show you what kind of a reporter I am, or that I'm becoming. All right, let me show it to you. Let me play another song, Thomas. Since we're having a little battle today with your bullshit and your scummy right-wing QAnon friends. Here's another Twinkie song. That Tom Schoenberger is a convicted stalker on felony charges. Yeah, where do you get off, Thomas? Where do you think you have credibility that you think you're gonna sue me? Okay, so let's this is the coverage I did. I was in San Francisco at the junior journalism conference in San Francisco 2 years ago, before Hamas actually invaded Israel. By the way, I'm actually writing an opinion piece for the Collegian about the genocide in Gaza. And I did a bunch of interviews about what's taking place, the UN's declaration of it. So, Thomas, how interesting of you to bring this up. That will be published real soon. Here we go. Here we go. Here's my news clip.
My name is Wasim Haj. I'm with the Arab Resource and Organizing Center based here in the San Francisco Bay Area. Today we are here to stand against the escalation of Israeli violence, both settlers and Israeli military, against Palestinians in Palestine. In 2023 alone, over 60 Palestinians have been killed by Israeli military or settlers. This marks it as the most deadly year for Palestinians since 2002. We see massacres in Palestine happening in the cities and villages of Jenin, of Nablus, of Hawarra, and we're here to stand against the violence. We're here to say that the Bay Area does not condone and will not stand for the ongoing settler colonial occupation of Palestine by Israel. We support a free Palestine from the river to the sea in all of its parts.
Well, we really do want publicity, and we really do want to get out that there are many Jews in this country who do not stand behind what we think are atrocities happening in Israel.
Today we are here to protest the Israeli treatment of the Palestinian people. The genocide that's going on, that has been going on for a long time, it's not new. This is just the latest round. And we are here to tell people that what happened in South Africa is going on now in Palestine. People will not be free until the Palestinians are free. That's my basic message. And we are all human beings. It doesn't matter if we're Palestinians, if we're Christians, if Muslims, Jews. We're all human beings, and our lives do matter.
Okay, so that was a little news.
Well, the New York Times
I did.
is lost.
And so yeah, that is happening. All right. And here, let me find just a few. If you want to know what I do and care about, how I care about humanity, and that there is no genocide that exists everywhere, I've covered a lot of things. Thomas. So take your bullshit and shove it up your ass. Right, let's just show this news package that I did. This is about what's going on in Iran.
So we're gathered here on Women's Day, and we're representing the Iranian women's movement, which is on record the largest freedom movement in the world. And we were just trying to shed light on all the atrocities committed by the dictatorship in Iran and the lack of freedom, just simple daily freedoms here that we take for granted. People are protesting and just civil disobedience in Iran, and they're met by military confrontation, and they're being killed on the streets. They are ranging from young kids to teenagers to adults. I mean, the regime doesn't discriminate. And if you oppose them, they don't give you any venue to peacefully state your disagreements. They jail you. There's thousands of people in jail, from musicians to activists to just regular citizens that disagreed with the regime. This particular movement, I mean, there's been many to date, and many have paid the price with their lives. This particular movement that has been the largest movement to date was triggered by the death of Mahsa Amini, which during an event she had misworn her hijab and partially showed her hair, and she was met by the authorities that enforce the hijab, which is the hair covering, and that resulted in her death. And she's certainly not alone. There's many, but she's become the symbol for the movement.
Can you imagine in America having this young woman? There's a couple pictures here with, you can see she's missing an eye. You know what they're doing? This isn't made up. This is a new tactic. They invent all these new tactics. They're using what they call less lethal force, rubber bullets, at peaceful protesters, and they aim for their eyes because they want to send a message. They are poisoning dozens and dozens of girls around the country to send a message. of fear.
Okay, so those are just some art.
Now we're joined by Oregon
Actually,
attorney.
I wrote an article in the Rampage that went with that coverage. I actually did that video for a class. It's got issues with it, but I still got a good grade on it. But yeah, so if you want to sit back, Thomas Schoenberger, and talk about how I don't know, I'm doing disinformation, or that I'm biased against any particular country, I would say I'm biased about inhumane treatment of other humans and genocide. I don't care really what country's doing it. I think it needs to be stopped. That's what I think personally, but you know what? I've already covered some pretty serious issues. And so for you to sit there on put your bullshit on your YouTube community page, dude, you're threatening me a lawsuit. Where do you get off threatening me a lawsuit? When you post these lives, you post lives. Let's go through your page. Let's go through your YouTube community page, Thomas. This is what you've been doing for the last, 24 hours. Okay, so here's Thomas bringing up that this post on my share, the post of his share of him talking about that comment on David Shurter's page. I never accepted. I said I never accepted a dime from Thomas. And then this is his writing. I said I never accepted a dime. Then he goes ... What an insincere con artist. I never offered the hag money. The hell you didn't, Thomas. Let's read the whole thing. Let's read the whole thing. What an insincere current artist. I never offered the hag money. And he calls me a hag. All right. Lovely. That's not going in your favor, Thomas, in any court of law. That's abusive. Nor did I even allow her to interview me. Nor have I ever spoken to this vile and disgusting excuse of a comedian. Denise introduced me to me. And now Terry Joyce even claims Denise threatened her. Yeah, she did. Another deep fake, probably. Really? Well, you know what? My interview with Nathan Stolman, I proved yesterday is not a deep fake. I don't do deep fakes, Thomas. And if I do AI music, I say it's an AI song that I did on Suno.com. I don't try to pass it off as classical music like you wrote it. You're the deep fake. Terry Joyce is a joke of a journalist. Maybe Fresno State is getting the message. Terry lies like a rug. I'm staying out of this one. No, you haven't stayed out of it. You've opened your big fat fucking mouth, Thomas. Your big fat fucking mouth. That's what you did. It's probably a Twitter meme or of an ice latte and a vape. You know what? I do vape, but I don't drink ice lattes. So fuck off. And there's nothing wrong with vaping. Hold on. Okay. I'm sorry. That's something I don't have to worry about. All right. So let's go back. I mean, this is just shit. Just shit. Just abusive. All over his page. Let me mark this one down. There you go. After seeing video evidence of Nathan calling Terry Joyce Randolph weird and also questioning her intentions and integrity, I furthermore, knowing Nathan's meticulous video preservation history, I conclude Terry Joyce committed a deep fake fraud. No interview between her and Nathan happened. It's total bullshit. 15 hours ago, after I show that it's not a deep fake. I'm going to show it again today because this motherfucker can't shut his fucking mouth. That's why. Fucking liar. Thomas. Are you going to sue me for this? You're going to bring your big old attorney and sue me for calling out your fucking motherfucking lies? Oh, another one. thank you for, but please do not defend me. I can defend myself. So he's commenting on the person who's his own sock account. This is your fucking sock account, Thomas. Jesus, talk about a stalker. Terry Joyce Randolph issues a denial to a strong accusation technically was involved in sex films with teenagers when she herself was 40. Yes. I wouldn't want a person like Terry tutoring my kids. Hell no. But Shurter still needs to, by the way, I never tutored children. I tutored adults, Thomas. It's a college. So this is what this piece of shit spends his time doing on his channel, and then he thinks he can fucking sue me. So let's go over yesterday's, I can't even believe he can even post this after I showed where and how I found, the people remember my interview with Lift the Veil, Thomas. I have I'm showing a DM from Patrick J. Moran saying he saw me on Lift the Veil, and you guys want to act like I wasn't on it? Really? Okay, so let's just show it. So let's start here. Because this is where it starts. Nathan and David Shurter have together harassed me and lied about me being on the show. Nathan Stillman supports David Shurter's bullshit. Thomas Schoenberger supports Nathan's bullshit and David Shurter's bullshit, confirms them, and yet they say I'm being paid or doing something to be against them when it clearly there is an agreement and a targeting on me by them. I don't even know where to go. I mean, come on. So let's show this too. Let's show this too today. Again, one more time, I'm going to prove what a fucking liar Thomas Schoenberger is. What a fucking liar he is. But let's play it.
I know exactly what I have to do. I'm going to sell out.
So yeah, Terry Joyce is some kind of idiot. So if you guys want to get involved, I've been asked to send people after Terry Joyce and those people. So if you're gonna want to get involved, if you want to be my crew, then if you want to support the All Seeing You.
Let me go back to what he said right here. He told people to come. He told people that he was told to have people come after me. These people, like, for example, David Shurter, who's gone off about me, calling me a child trafficker. Somehow I'm attacking Nathan Stillman when I'm basically trying to really kind of get help of what has happened to me. And a lot of you guys don't really know this, or maybe you do know this. Maybe you do know the level of harassment and cyber stalking that I have experienced since being on Nathan Stillman's show, which he denies that I'm on.
Anyway, so Terry Joyce starts talking about how she's gone on Lift the Veil, Nathan Stillman's Lift the Veil. Well, Nathan Stillman then leaves a comment on the post that I did this morning, sending people to my website, and told me that not only has he not interviewed Terry Joyce lately on Lift the Veil, he's never interviewed her, ever. And in fact, doesn't even do it anymore because of the harassment that he's had to be put through.
Okay, so in other words, Terry has the experience, has been in there, and we're going to talk about the story of how she ended up at this, Hollywood party, where things happen that she's going to describe to you. We in the title. That's what she called it in the title to a video a couple years ago when she told this story for the first time. But she's a comedian. It's the name given to something kind of to take away from the serious of it. I could tell it was actually a little traumatic.
I was beginning to feel that I was the sacrifice, and that whatever was going on around the corner on that wiffle ball court was not going to be a good scenario for me. And another thing that I want to reiterate, make sure everybody hears this, and why I suspect it even more, is when I was leaving.
Okay, so I am going to, all right, I'm going to stop this. Okay, I don't have a share. So Thomas Schoenberger, okay, my last stream, which was, I guess I did it on Monday. I did it on last Sunday. So much happens in a week. And my last stream, and as you can see, I have a QR code here up in the left-hand corner here. That goes to my Rumble. That goes to the actual interview of me with Nathan Stoltman. That goes to the actual interview. So yeah, I still have the QR code up, and here's where I actually show me finding the episode and clicking onto it in the Internet Archives. So should be no dispute that this is a fucking deep fake, Thomas. Goodness, I must have tapped. I know it's here. I'll take a moment and find it. I thought it was over. This is 9/2/28. Here it is. LA comedian attends satanic reptilian lizard party. Terry Joyce. Okay, so you see that, right? You see that right there. You see it? Okay, so we're going to click on it. And we're going to play it.
What it is, everybody. What an exciting show for this Sunday at 1:11 p.m. Well, we ran a little bit late, didn't we? So this is actually a serious topic, a serious disclosure from someone who has the insider connections, or did at the time at least, to have experienced something that not everybody else could have experienced. So you could compare it to what we experienced recently with Isaac Cappy, who had a Hollywood circle of friends and came out and said something about inside information that related to celebrities. This is a story that also includes at least powerful people in Hollywood and something dark forces maybe being at work in Hollywood. And then there's Doshi right here on time. So I'm Nathan Stoltman. That's Doshi. Joining me today is Terry Joyce, who is a stand-up comedian for forever, practically. She says since 1990, she's been doing stand-up comedy. And in entertainment that you might have seen on your TV, she was one of the contestants or reality stars of the Last Comic Standing season 1. And then also, was there another season 2 that you joined on?
Yeah, I was in a season 3, and it was kind of a different show. It was a competition between the first and the second season, and we were a fall season replacement right after the Olympics that year, which I believe was 2006, the Winter Olympics.
Okay, so in other words,
all right,
Terry
so
has the experience.
That's proof right there. All right, that's proof right there. So shut your face, Thomas. Shut your fucking face. Do you get it? Shut your fucking face. You're a liar. And you know what, Echo? A lot of people say that to me. Why don't you just ignore it? Why don't you just take the oxygen away? I don't know. You know what? You know why I can't ignore it? Because the motherfuckers call my job. That's why. Because they make scary threats that scare me. Because they dox my apartment. Because they make threats that something's going to happen to me and my building on their YouTube community pages. Because they contact papers and think that they're going to smear my character. Because they tell people on their channels to attack me. Because they're cyber stalking me. Because they have people calling me on my phone and harassing me and texting me. That's why I can't just fucking ignore it. So don't give me or ask me a fucking stupid question like that. I'm done.
On the stripper pole, laughing loud all for the love, but baby that's not my rabbit hole. He ain't no Saint Germain, no crown, no name. He plays the game sharp as a flame. Who's to blame for the stolen fame? A shadow dance in the devil's frame. Caught in a rabbit hole, losing control, spinning wild on a stripper pole. Laughing loud all for the lows, but baby that's not my rabbit hole. City lights and sirens scream, truth and lies blend like a dream. Wicked smiles, a clever scheme, chasing gold in the neon gleam. Going the rabbit hole, losing control, spinning wild on the stripper pole. Laughing loud all for the lows, but baby that's not my rabbit hole. Fast, can't find the ground. Echoes of chaos all around. You chose this dance, this mad parade, but not every choice gets accolades. Go in the rabbit hole, losing control, spinning wild on the stripper pole. Laughing loud all for the lows, but baby that's not my rabbit hole. Spinning wild on the stripper pole. Laughing loud all for the lows, but baby that's not my rabbit hole. City lights and sirens scream, truth and lies blend like a dream. Wicked smiles, a clever scheme, chasing gold in the neon gleam. Going down the rabbit hole, losing control, spinning wild on the stripper pole. Laughing loud all for the lows, but baby that's not my rabbit hole.